Hey folks, this is Aaron of Etheric Arts, and today I am at my good friend Nick's house. Many of you may know him as Grounded Alchemist, and today I'm doing a little bit of geopathic dowsing. He just moved into this place, and we are going to check out the energy in the space and around the yard and make sure that his family is safe and able to enjoy a beneficial environment. There are a lot of different sources of EMFs and energies that can be harmful to the quality of life. And particularly in suburban neighborhoods like this, the green boxes you see behind me, the light pole, and some of these other implements of infrastructure are tied into underground power lines. Additionally, transformers and other types of electromagnetic devices which are used to supply the power to the houses can have an effect of generating negative energy. And what we can do with dowsing rods and geopathic dowsing is detect different types of grid lines and then make corrections on them. So what I'm going to be doing here as I start out is just dowsing across this area here. We have the house off in front of me, and behind me we have some potential sources of damaging energy. So I'm just going to douse across here, get an initial analysis, and then we'll find out where we need to put the corrections. Well, I'd say that is a geopathic stress line. Looks like it's running right from these power boxes that we mentioned and into the house and into the garage actually. And one thing that we noticed inside is a crack in the cement floor, which runs almost exactly in line with this. So we're going to make a correction and see how that does for resolving any kind of stress that might be in this area. Well, I'd say that's a successful correction. When doing a geopathic analysis or an EMF analysis, there are some different things to look for and typical problem points in a house, in a property. And one of those, for instance, is the power box. And on the other side of the wall from us is a smart meter. So I'm going to walk through real quick and see what the energy is like with the dowsing rods. And then we're going to apply a sacred qubit tensor ring to the smart meter outside and check again. Wow. So yeah, definitely some intense energy here on this side of the wall. I have here a sacred qubit tensor ring, and this was made by Nick, whose house I'm dowsing at today. The sacred qubit tensor ring resonates at 144 megahertz and is also a very beneficial tool for harmonizing energies, particularly beneficial for structuring water and providing a stable waveform, inducing into the electrical currents of a house a stabilizing energy. So when we apply something like this to a smart meter, we are not only harmonizing the energy that's coming out from the smart meter and out from the panel, but additionally we're imprinting the information that's carried within this sacred qubit tensor ring into the wiring of the house, and that will carry the beneficial energy throughout the house, thereby providing an overall increase of health and an overall decrease of harmful electromagnetic variations to the energy that's flowing in the wires. We're going to perform the same dowsing analysis and check to see if there is any geopathic or electromagnetic stress coming out from this panel. Wow, well, I am not getting any negative energy reading pickup here at all, so I'm really impressed with how the tensor ring did to harmonize this electric panel. So I found a couple more locations, some more geopathic stress lines, and I will take you on a little tour. I placed several staples that are ready to be placed deeper into the ground to maintain the correction over a longer period of time. However, I just wanted to take the time and show you those spots that I found. Out here in the front yard, we had a couple different locations, one of them being right here along this line which runs through the driveway and where they park their cars. You can see the correction here, and there's some water utility equipment here. We also had this power equipment, and I felt a huge geopathic stress line coming right through the house. I have that staple placed ready to be pushed deeper into the soil. Moving along the front yard here, there were a couple lines that I detected not too far apart from each other. The first one, you can see the staple here. And then moving across, there was another one here heading into the house, and looking across the street, again, no super telltale signs, but again, there's a lot of potential causes such as Wi-Fi routers or the appliances or power systems of these other houses. Those two lines we corrected here in the front yard were running through the house, through some of the main living space, and additionally into the kitchens. And as we come around the back, a couple lines we found that were going into the bedrooms. And we're gonna hammer that one in next. Here in the backyard, there was one line of particular interest. This line traveled across the yard and into the house and was particularly going through Nick's bedroom. Additionally, along this line, one of the things that clued me into it was this small red anthill. And anthills are typically located around geopathic stress lines. It's almost like the Earth's natural way of aerating the soil and reducing some of that geopathic stress. Once corrections are applied, the anthills will typically go away, and other symptoms of geopathic stress will also dissipate. I am super thrilled with the work so far and really glad that I'm able to help out my good friend Nick here, getting him one step closer to total energetic wellness. And make sure to check out Nick's store on Etsy if you're looking for the very best orgonite torus devices using the best materials and made with love.